Hi everyone, Camille Rose Soler here, and I wanted to share a story with you all from an event I did yesterday called the F Word at General Assembly in Santa Monica. Some of you may have seen my post, and if you couldn't make it, there might be a video we took of it, and hopefully we'll be able to post it soon. But as a quick recap, it was a phenomenal evening. I had the opportunity to speak amongst four of us total, three other phenomenal women. And I wanted to quickly share with you all the little scenario I ran into yesterday before I spoke. So of the four of us, I was the last to speak. So I guess you could say I was kind of the closing pitcher for the evening. And I had a presentation lined up, had my little 10-minute talk ready, very excited to speak to this room of about, I'd say 80 women and a few men sprinkled in there as well. And as each woman got up to speak, I kept getting more and more butterflies in my stomach. Just a little bit more nervous, a little scared. And that's pretty normal for me. I love being on stage. There's nothing more thrilling to me than being able to stand on a stage and deliver and convey a powerful message that would inspire you and remind you of your greatness, especially in the moments when you forget. And I love that. But it also scares me. Many of you might not know that because by the time I get up to the mic or I'm on that stage, it's a very different animal. But the 3, 2, 1 second right before that mic gets right in front of my lips, I'm very scared. Part of it is excitement. Part of it is a little ego, wondering, will I do a good job? Are they going to like it? Is it going to be the right message? Am I going to sound okay? Etc. So yesterday, as each woman spoke, I would hear the message and I would watch the crowd and I could read the reactions, and I just felt inside of me that I think my presentation is changing. I think this room is calling for something else. And, I meditate a lot, and I prayed and I asked, okay, what needs to be spoken about this evening? What is the common theme? What are the things that people are feeling at the moment? And it was about 3 minutes before I got on stage and my whole mind just went crazy. It was like, Camille, you're not going to do a good job. Your presentation isn't very powerful. They might not even like you. No one's going to listen to you. Just every negative thing came up, and it was the last thing I needed in that moment. I was like, what the hell is going on? And then finally I said, okay, so what do I talk about if all of a sudden my presentation isn't good? And I had a lot of resistance. I kept saying, okay, no, I'm going to stick to what I know. I'm going to just do this. I'm going to just do this. But something inside of me kept saying, like, no, talk about resilience. Talk about birthing a dream. Talk about how you birthed your own dream and you continue to build your empire of love. Talk about your struggles. Talk about how you stayed resilient. And I have about 1 minute left before I get up on this stage. And I'm just blown away by what I'm feeling on the inside. And I was scared. Very, very scared. And finally, something hit me upside the head and said, look, Camille, it's not about you. So get over that. This is about service. This is about how you show up to serve the world, to inspire these people, to give them a community and a place to be great again, or to continue to grow in their greatness. Now, when I heard that, I said, okay, let's do it. So I call that chasing the lion. I saw this lion, this fear, stare at me in the face and say, you're going to need to change your presentation because it sucks. And that wasn't necessarily true, but I felt that way. And I could have said, no, I'm not going to change it now. There's no way. I will stay safe and play here. And I'm sure my presentation would have been fine and good. But see, I didn't want fine and good. I didn't want steady. I wanted amazing. I wanted above and beyond. I wanted to be victorious. I wanted to go for valor and victory. Not just good. It's cool. That's not why I show up. That's not my why. So I got up on that stage and I told everybody. And if you went to the event and you're watching this now, you might recall. I said, hello. I did have a presentation, obviously. But I've been called to do something very different. I've been observing you all. I've been hearing the powerful messages from the women before me, and I am realizing a common theme. And these two common themes that I want to talk about today are going to be resilience and birthing a dream. And my story on how I got to where I am now and how it wasn't that pretty. And that's what I'm going to be talking about in this moment. And I heard a couple like, oh, really? She's going to go off the cuff? She didn't bring anything to present on this? Like, okay. But when I started speaking, I was in the zone. What came out of me in that moment, I knew was what needed to be said. And how I knew it was right was when I finished and I handed the mic back over. My heart just leapt. I felt so full. I felt so gratified. And to top it all off, I had women and men coming up to me afterwards thanking me for saying what I said because it was their story. It reminded them it was just what they needed in that moment. And I was so glad I showed up. But not just to play. I mean to play full out. So what I encourage you all to do, and why I titled this Chase the Lion, is when you have that fear staring at you in the face and then there's something inside of you, that gut instinct that says, I know it's scary, but trust yourself and go after it. Trust source, trust the creator. For many of you, it might be trust God. Whatever that is for you, believe in your I am and chase that lion. Don't cower and turn away and run because it's safe. Take just that extra leap of faith because I promise you, it has zero to do with you and everything to do with the service and the gift you provide the world when you show up fully. But you got to exercise that muscle every single day of doing something just a little bit more uncomfortable, of facing that fear a little bit more. It might just be splashing some cold water on your face. I don't know what it is, but get uncomfortable every now and again because that moment sounds very extreme for some people. Camille, I would never just all of a sudden change my presentation. I get that. I'm not asking you to do that. But I've only been able to build the confidence and the muscles to do so because every single day I do something small to exercise my choice in love, my choice in confidence, my choice in abundance, my choice in filling up, my choice of getting outside of my comfort zone and saying, I don't know what's going to happen, but I'm excited for it, so I'm going to try. That is a reprogramming and a muscle mindset that I build slowly but surely every day. And then when that moment of a huge lion staring at you in the face, 20 seconds before you're about to present, and you heed the calling because you have that muscle built and that confidence in you to say, all right, let's do this. Let's serve people. Let's give them everything I've got in this moment because it's zero to do with me and everything to do with how I show up in love for you all. So choose love over fear. And if you're a